think the audience should know, what did you actually go through that you're willing to share?
I mean, what didn't I go through? I have been through so much.
Obviously, the weight gain was a thing.
Yeah, the
right?
weight gain happened because I got robbed at gunpoint in my home.
Wow.
And then I got into a really toxic relationship after that.
Yeah.
And I was in a really, really depressed state. And I remember just like being with someone and begging them to love me. And I never want to be that low ever again. And I can honestly say that I don't think you will meet anyone that's like me. I'm a different, unique person. And that's what makes me special. And for so long, my name, everything about me, how I looked, how I was, all of that was so unique. And I hated it. And then I grew to love that. Does size matter to women?
You answer that.
Now I can answer. I can only say this, like, I have had sex with a man and I'm like, ooh, yes, this fits for me. This is me. And I've had sex with a man who I was dating and I'm like, this penis is not for me. I could just tell.
You having sex the first night?
I haven't, but I would if it felt that way.
You've never done it?
No, I have not yet.
How you know you would? You older lady, you should have did that by now.
And I remember my brother told me a long time ago, like, low key, men are more emotional than women. We just don't show it. We just can't show it.
What's the question again? No, I mean, this is...
This is disrespectful. Talk about disrespect.
No, I forgot the question.
No, it don't matter. We're moving on to the next one.
Listening to the answer.
No.
I forgot the question. This is to taking over the game. All right, everybody. Welcome to Truth After Dark.
Do you think that men or women are more toxic? Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to another episode of The Truth After Dark with Azar Farideh and Paul Pierce.
What up? What up? Back at it.
Back at it. How you feeling tonight?
Man, I feel good, man. We didn't covered a lot of great topics, man. I hope our fans are still joining us. Make sure you subscribe, man. We got some dope conversations.
We do.
But today is a really one that's touching me. So we can expand
for
on
sure.
that.
Today we're going to talk about something a little more serious, which is mental health.
Yeah.
So
in relationships,
in relationships and all around, and especially in the Black community. So to start with some stats that is actually really sad, but according to the CDC, suicide is the third leading cause of death for Black men aged 15 to 24.
Yeah.
Yeah. Black adults are 20% more likely to experience serious mental health problems than the general population, and only 1 in 3 Black adults who need mental health care actually receive it. So that's very sad and touching. And for me, I lost my best friend. His name was Tony. When I was 17 years old, he killed himself. He shot himself in the head. He survived for 14 minutes, and his sister found him on the floor. And I lost my uncle as well to suicide. So I have seen a few people, kill themselves, and Black men specifically.
And this had an effect on you?
I don't know if I would say it had an effect on me, but it was definitely... when my best friend shot himself, he called me every night. He hated talking on the phone.
Yeah.
And that specific week, he asked me to talk to him every night on the phone. Yeah. And I was like, sure. I fell asleep on a Thursday night, and he called me. I woke up out my sleep, and he was like, hey. And I'm like, oh, I'll get up. He's like, no, don't worry about it. Go to bed. He killed himself that night.
You talked to him?
Yeah, I talked to him. He asked me to talk to him every night.
So you was one of the last ones to talk to him. Damn.
Yeah, and then
That's
it was traumatizing. And then my uncle killed himself on the phone. He's a big public figure. He's very famous, so I won't mention his name. But he killed himself on the phone with my sister and her husband, Big V. And they were rushing to his house. But before they got there, he already killed himself. And then I lost several people. More than that, I've lost a lot of people to suicide.
And you're saying the people that you lost, you feel like this was due to their personal mental health?
Yeah, of
So, like,
course.
let me ask you this. How has that affect you, if it's affect you at all? Or what are your personal experiences with mental health that you've had to deal with in your life? Like, because I
Yeah,
know
of
you
course.
more personal than a lot of people who are watching this.
Yeah.
And we've had a chance to sit down and have some dope ass conversations.
Yeah.
And you have an amazing story.
Thank you.
The things that you've been through and that shaped you to
Yeah.
where you are today. And a lot of stuff that you tell me could be traumatizing to where it can put you in a situation to where in life it can go in either directions. Like, I would like for you to share your personal experience of like, what did you have to deal with as far as mental health to where it's like things become so overwhelming, and who did you reach out to, or who was that shoulder to cry on, or there was nobody, or like what got you through your experiences dealing with the things that you've been through as far as dealing with your mental health?
I would probably say God. You can't put your mental health in the hands of anybody else, because that is a recipe for disaster. Nobody is responsible for your happiness. Nobody is responsible for how you feel about yourself. And nobody else can be responsible for getting you through tough times.
What was your personal traumas that caused this?
Lord, you want to get it? You going deep?
Well, I think like to say what got you through it, I think the audience should know what did you actually go through that you're willing to share.
I mean, what didn't I go through? I have been through so much. Obviously, there's other people who have stories that are worse than mine. It's not a place to compare to anyone else's.
Obviously, the weight gain was a thing.
Yeah, the
right?
weight gain happened because I got robbed at gunpoint in my home.
Wow.
I've talked about this, but
Okay, so before the weight gain, you said you got robbed at gunpoint, and this is what triggered the weight
my
gain.
depression. I went through a really tough time because I felt that it was an inside job. I had no idea what happened, but these people had followed me. They already knew how to get into my place. I lived in a very nice place. And at the time, I was really confused about who I can trust, and who I can have around me. And I questioned everybody, and I couldn't sleep at night. And like I said, they stole a lot of things from me, but the worst was my peace of mind.
What actually happened that night? So that night,
I was at my house, chilling, knocked out, went to sleep. And when I went to sleep, I woke up. I have I have really bad sleep. I have panic attacks in my sleep ever since I was 20 years old, just based off of like my trauma. I wake up screaming. I don't always remember, but I know that I have like.
Was you 280 then?
When I woke up screaming?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, it wasn't 280.
I started waking up screaming at 20. I only was 280 for about a year of my life. I think people are confused by that. I was not big my whole life. They're like, oh, she was always a big girl. She never, no, I was very small up until that point. But anyways, no, I was not 280. But these people, I woke up, and when I woke up, I saw this man with a gun. Mind you, for me as a woman who's not involved in any type of lifestyle that would lead me to that, there's people, and it doesn't make it okay, that live a certain lifestyle where it's like you knew you were playing with fire, right? Me personally, I didn't live that type of lifestyle. So as a young woman who was maybe 28 at the time, I lived in my own place. I had a 3-bedroom, like nice place in Larchmont Village. And this man, I woke up and I saw this man. Mind you, this is like one of my worst nightmares. So I think I'm like tripping. So I go back to sleep.
Before you continue, you said you didn't live a lifestyle that could lead to this.
Yeah.
But didn't you tell me you worked in a dispensary?
Yeah, I did though. But it wasn't you're right.
That could be something.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Right? You're right. That could be something.
Like, guys go in and say, hey,
Yeah.
where the
100%.
weed at?
I did
where
work
the
in the
money at?
weed industry, so you're right.
Okay,
But,
so that is something.
but I was in corporate and I was in very legal. Like when it was like our thing, we had partnerships with Paris Hilton, Seth Rogen. Like it wasn't the trap, because they like illegal shops were called trap.
No,
shops.
I understand.
So it wasn't like
But that is a
lifestyle.
business that
but
can
it is
like,
a business that can lead to that. So you're right.
Yes.
I was wrong. But when I say that, I just mean like I wasn't into like this dark lifestyle of like being
Yeah, I
outside and being
understand.
around these people or being around certain crowds. You know what I mean? I lived a very like go to work. Like even though it's a weed industry, it's legalized and it was very like go to your job, come home, you know? But anyways, I woke up, I see this man, I go back to sleep because I think I'm tripping. That pissed him off. So he like dragged me out the bed, pulled me by my hair, was like, bitch, wake up, da-da-da-da. And he was just like, you know, I'm not going to leave here with nothing. Like, I have nothing to lose. And he had the gun to my head. I could feel the gun on my head, you know. And I was just like, okay. And, you know, I had a safe with some stuff in it. And I gave it to him. I was like, 1 second. I so happened to pull my safe out and have it on my bathroom counter. And I gave it to him. And he looked at it, and then like there was 2 other guys running around my place. You know, my nephew at the time was living with me. Thank God he was not there. He was out of town, but he had like Montclair jackets and this and that. So they like went and they stole all my shoes, all my purses. Like till this day, I only have like 2 designer purses because they stole all my stuff. And I was like, you know what? Whatever, like even shoes. Like they stole all my shoes and I just had a trauma with like buying myself that again. I never replenished any of that stuff. And so, yeah, at that point, when they were walking out, I walked out behind them for some reason. I was tripping. Like, I don't know what I was on. And then he like dragged me, hit me, fucked me up, like put me in the bed.
You?
A little bit. It wasn't that bad.
Okay.
Like, you know, they hit me and like stuff, but it wasn't that crazy. Like I was okay.
Okay.
And then he like forced me. I had like a bruise on my arm, whatever. Forced me back into the bed. Some uncomfortable stuff. And then that was it. They left. And then at that point, I didn't even call the police first. Called my brother. And he told me what to do. And so then I called the police. They came. And then they never did anything. Damn. They came to take fingerprints. And then after that, they called me one time. And their question was, what was going through your head when the gun was to your head? That's all they ever asked me.
Question?
Yeah.
I don't know what's going through my head.
I never understood
like,
why.
Am I going to die?
Yeah.
That's what's going on.
Well, during the time, what was going through my head, to be honest, was I hope it doesn't hurt.
Okay.
Like I never thought about being shot and the pain associated. I was like, I just want to die quick.
Okay.
That's what I was thinking.
So you deal with that. How did you recover?
Well, unfortunately, I got into...
That's traumatizing.
Yeah, it was traumatizing. And I was seeing a guy at the time. And he was a gambler. He was really into gambling lifestyle. So like some of my friends like kind of accused him. And I don't want to blast him because this is fucked up. Like, because I'm not accusing him of that. But, you know, I was just like looking like it was crazy. And then, you know, he was like, let's live together. I'm going to I got you. I'm going to take care of you. You're going to be straight. Like, you know, so I'm thinking like, okay. So we moved really quickly. Like we were only talking for like 2-3 months. And he like put it on thick with me. Like, oh, I'm here. I'm like, babe. All of this. Like he flew, my sister and my brother-in-law flew me to Atlanta. He came with me. We stayed there for like 2 weeks, like just to get my life. I moved. My sister and V came back. We moved everything, like got a new place, did all of that. Like me and him we moved in together. And then I got into a really toxic relationship after that. And that's when I started just eating and
it's
just
the
like
same guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was in a really, really depressed state. And I remember just like being with someone and begging them to love me. And I never want to be that low ever again. You know, like I was just at such a low space in my life that I was taking the bare minimum, like, type of love. And it breaks my heart when I think back on it, because I'm like, you deserve so much more, but I didn't feel worthy of anything. Even I remember during the time that I was going through that, I caught him like texting another girl and like doing all of this. And I had asked him like, damn, like this is when the robbery had just hit like few weeks. I'm still trying to like move in and get everything together. And I'm like, dang. And he's like, well, I just need someone to vent to because this is a lot on me too. So I just need to go to someone else, like another girl. And at the time I really was like, I feel you, I understand. Like, I'm so sorry that I'm putting this on you right now. And it's like, I think back on that, like this was his choice to want to show up as a man and he couldn't, you know? So I just became really depressed and I was in a really dark place and I hated myself.
And it made you vulnerable?
It made me super vulnerable. It made me vulnerable and it made me...
And that's when the weight gain happened.
That's when the weight gain. But also too, like, we were going on trips and stuff to try to like ease the pain. Oh, when we go here, we're traveling all the time, every month. I'm eating like different foods and I'm just eating like my ass off, just emotional eating, just depressed. And then I just hated to look at myself. Like in the mirror, I hated anyone to take a picture of me, a video of me. Like,
can I ask one question?
Sure, of course.
I don't mean to cut you off, but like from the time y'all was together, from the robbery to the time you gained all that weight, what was the number? Like you went from...
I probably went to like, I gained like...
How much in that process? Because I just feel like this. And the reason I ask this is not... It's like, if I'm your man, I'm going to tell you. Like, hey, you doing too much, baby. Like, don't let all that get to you. You know what I'm saying? You can't go from 100,
but you have to remember
0 to 100 on me either.
But you have to remember, too, the type of person...
but as a man, I got to bring you comfort.
Yeah,
I got to bring you comfort. I got to bring you some stability to where you're not even feeling like depressed all the time. I got to bring a happy place for you because you was with him still in a dark place.
But it wasn't his job to make me feel better,
That is a man's job. It is.
I
if
can't
I'm your
put
partner,
that on him, though.
I'm watching you gain weight and you blowing up, and I'm looking like, hold on, what's going on? Like, nah, we ain't doing that. It's my job to help you, like, get you through that. Like, nah, we ain't about to do that.
But I also will say this too. I know he didn't want me big, and I know that he didn't like me big. But I also know that he was intimidated by who I was as a woman. And the less desirable that I was to other men, the better for him.
Ooh.
Because he can keep me in a certain place. He was the type of man that, like, I would be looking bomb, I know it, and he would just be like, and I'd be like, babe, do I look cute? Da, da, da. And he'll be like, no. Like sarcastic but joking, right? And then I'm like, what? And I'll get pissed. He's like, you know you look good. Like, why do you need me to tell you that?
Right.
Like, he was that type of man to where he was like jealous of me. Like he felt he was in competition with me. He wasn't the type of man, like, remember, this is a man that I met at one of the lowest points in my life. Mm-hmm. You attract at the same level of woundedness you are at. I attract him at the same level of woundedness I was. I was low, I was deep, dark. You don't attract the most amazing people when you're in your darkest
was
time.
Low, so you brought in low vibration.
I brought a low vibration man into my life, and I don't think he's a horrible person, but I think that he battled with his own depression. He battled with his own shit. He battled with his own gambling and this and that and the things that he had his own devils. Yeah. And so did I. And so we
don't have to dive into this stuff, right? I think the important part of the message is like your mental health right now, your story.
Then that was my story. Did you want me to say anything else?
No, but we don't need to get into him.
Okay, yes, I agree.
I feel like this is about you.
For sure, I agree.
Your story is more important than what he was doing.
Yes, I agree with you.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree with you.
And like getting to that point and then getting out of it. Like, how did you get to the mindset of like, I can't be this person no more. I have to change internally. And what clicked? Is this a moment or is it a person or what clicked to say, I can't be this person anymore?
Well,
that person that you looked at in the mirror.
Well, the thing is that's not who I was. Like I'm not a lazy person. I'm not someone who isn't determined. Like I, at my core, am determined. And, unfortunately, this is something that I've worked my way out of. But I say this to you, and I said this to you the other day, like, people talk about me bad in the comments. They always say crazy things, but there's nothing that anyone can say to me that I haven't probably already said to myself or my family hasn't said to me. Like, I grew up in an environment where it was very tough love. So it's very like talking down on you, making you feel like you're nothing. And that was always my motivation, unfortunately. I have retrained myself to not think about myself in those ways anymore. And I'm so grateful to not do that. And I don't promote negative self-talk as a way to motivate yourself. But I will say that that was my motivation. I hated myself. I talked so bad about myself. Like, who would want you? Who would love you? Look at you. These are similar things that I heard about myself growing up. And, like, that was something that I would tell myself because, like, I was always someone who had to be a high performer. And I felt like if I wasn't performing high, there's no reason to love me. Like, I was an ice figure skater, a ballerina, played tennis, on the swim team. Like, I did all these things because that's how I earned love. And in my mind, that's the only way someone would love me, if I was performing at high capacity 100% of the time. I never learned to love in low moments. I learned to love people in low moments because that's what I wanted. But I never learned that I deserve that too. So for me, like, I talked negatively about myself. And that's how I got to the point where I was like, fuck that. I've said it before. I was in a relationship. He was cheating on me. Okay. I saw the type of women he was cheating with, and I got to the point where I was like, I can't look like this anymore. I can't feel like this. I can't be this big. Like, this is it was so uncomfortable.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
How did you get here?
As far as?
Sitting here with the truth after dark. How did you get here? Based on where you came from?
Yeah.
And how you explained to me, how did you get here right now? I think I know, but I want to hear.
I can only contribute it to God, honestly. There's nothing else that I could say other than that, and that's why I say that God is what got me through. And that's all, and that's it. Like, I am anointed, and I am chosen, and I am different. And for so long, I let me being different make me feel like an outsider, make me feel alone, make me feel empty, when I didn't realize that me being different was my superpower. Me being not fitting in the circle, for so long, like, I would be like, why don't I have a group of homegirls where we all go out and they're singing City Girls and we're doing this? But when I would go around that, not that I'm better, I would feel disconnected. I never felt like I fit into that. So that never worked for me. Then I would go around different groups. I never felt like I fit anywhere, So for me, again, I can only give it to God and also, to myself for understanding, like, who I am. And there's still days that I question that. And there's still days that people can, bring me down or say negative things about me that can bring me back to that place where I used to say that to myself. And then I have to remind myself, like, that's not who you are anymore. And it's okay that you're different. That is what makes you powerful. That is what makes you right here with the truth after dark.
Azar Farideh, y'all.
Yeah, and I can honestly say that I don't think you will meet anyone that's like me. I'm a different, unique person, and that's what makes me special. And for so long, my name, everything about me, how I looked, how I was, all of that was so unique, and I hated it. And then I grew to love that.
Okay, so, like, all right, I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to keep it 100 with you.
Okay.
Like, a lot of people come on our show and they say things about your nationality.
Yeah, they do.
And you constantly on YouTube and Instagram defending yourself. You're letting people know, like, hey, I'm black.
Yes.
And tell the camera, your mom is what and your dad is what.
Yeah, if I got $1 for every time I got asked this, I
yeah,
would be
let's
rich.
set the record straight.
I've done it, but they still don't listen. My mom is Persian and my dad is black.
I've talked to your dad. I've seen him. All right, so this is the question I have though. I got a question.
Sure.
Like your last name is Farideh.
It's not. That's my middle name.
Oh.
You know that.
So your last, okay.
And I don't need to tell everybody my last name.
Okay.
But my last name is none of nobody's business.
Because that's not a black last name.
Yeah, that's my middle.
If your dad black, his last name is not Farideh. So everybody gonna be like, girl, you is not black. That's why everybody talking to you like that, because you ain't gave up the real. By the way, her last name is Thomas. Azar Farideh Thomas. So she black. Thomas.
No, my
Thomas
last name,
is a black
my last name is Alexander.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's Alexander.
Yeah.
Okay, that can go both ways.
Yeah. So
that can go that can go all races.
Yeah. So my dad is black. He's
his
black.
His last name
He's
is
100% black.
No, 100%. I didn't talk to him a few times.
He's 100%
That man, he cool as hell.
black. My family is black.
All right.
I have
all right.
5 sisters.
You ain't gotta go too deep into that.
Okay.
It's all good. That's good. We're gonna keep that shit.
Okay, but yeah, they love to say that. And the only reason why I defend myself.
Keep it short. You already, there's no more to talk about.
Can I just say this part though? Because the only reason why I defend myself is because sometimes I say the N word and they're like, why would she just be out here? I don't want anyone to ever think I would just be out here saying that and not be black. Like, that's crazy to me. But anyways, keep it moving.
Right, so just moving forward, like, while you're like dealing with love and you're healing and you're traumatized, like that relationship was doomed from the start.
It was a trauma bond. We bonded over our traumas.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of people do that. Like, they'll get out of a long relationship, they'll hop into something else, and they'll use that to cope. And you have to realize, like, who you attract in your darkest moments, you got to question that sometimes, because 100%. you are not a bright light at that moment. You know what I mean? And a lot of the time too, people will try to suck your light when they recognize that you're vulnerable. You're not always in this moment. You're not always in this dark place. They can recognize your light, but they know right now they can take advantage of it. So my sister used to always say, she was like, you know, when you're
You're distracted. Go ahead. You can look at your phone.
I'm crying.
You can explain.
Okay, I'm so sorry. Anyways, moving on.
No,
I'm done. But I forgot what I
saying.
was even saying at this point. I was distracted. We're all so serious on this episode. Lord.
Oh, God.
Like you, and then who made this about me? We never said
No,
that
we're talking about mental health. This is about mental health in relationships and how it's affected you.
Okay, so what was the question?
So the question was like kind of like navigating the love while healing.
I think that
you know
you
what I'm
just
saying? Let's explain to women, like to women that's dealing with things like, how do you navigate love while healing, or do you not get into a situation where you try to be with somebody while you're healing? Like seriously, because a lot of women and men, they be in the healing phase and they not ready for love, but then they get into something quick and it turned out like it didn't work out. Like I dealt with that.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna tell you, you know what I'm saying? Because after my long-term relationship, I got into another relationship and it didn't last long. And, you know, I don't have no regrets from it.
Yeah.
But it was just like, and then when I go back and look at it, I'll be like, damn, I wasn't ready to love because of where I was in my life. You know what I'm saying? So like everything is a life learning lesson when you jump into relationships. So I just want to tell ladies and men, like, don't jump in relationships when you really not ready to love. Like, don't talk to a girl who's got the kids and ready to settle down, or an older lady like Azar that's not. Like, you got to be ready to settle down. Like, don't jump into something and think it's gonna be just a fly by night thing. Like, when you get up there in age and everything, you should be like, listen, the next girl you talk to, and like, you should know from the first conversation, is this somebody I'm really gonna be hollering at? Like, how many conversations do it take to know if you're gonna talk to a person? Let's keep it 100. Like, cause a dude that like me, I know from the first time I talk to you on the phone, I know what this majority of the time, it's gonna be or what it can be. And I think if I think this is just gonna be a fly-by-night thing, I'm gonna take it for what it is. But if I think there's some longevity in it, I'm gonna talk to you like that. You know, but based on where I'm at in my life as an older cat, I don't got time for the fly-by-night thing no more.
Yeah.
I'm like only talking to you if it's something that I feel like this could be a longevity thing. Like all that fly-by-night playing around and like, nah, I'm good. That's just a waste of time and money, pretty much. And I'm gonna know that off of one conversation on the phone. Even if the conversation go good, I'm gonna know after one day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Once I go out with you after one day. So like, let me ask you this. Like, how many days do it take to realize you know this ain't the dude? Like, do you keep going out on dates with you because he gonna pay for food and you ain't gotta give him none? Or like, why do women drag these type of things on with cats? Why do women play with niggas' pockets and time? That's a real one.
Yeah, I could see that. I think that too many people are bored and too many people are desperate. And that's just the truth. I also think that there are people who see the good in somebody and they want to really like them, but they just don't fully feel it. So they
just
try
go like,
and
let's
they
go
try.
out. I know this guy. He gonna take me to dinner.
I don't know that. I mean, women
Have you ever
probably
played
do
a
that.
dude that you just say, oh, this is dinner? Like you got him in your
No.
phone as dinner.
I can't.
You're like,
I
oh, this
can't.
is dinner. Like, oh, this is dinner. Like, girl, you want to go out dinner? This nigga, his name is dinner.
I know
he
women-
club. He gonna have a seat club. I call him club. I ain't got to do nothing with him after.
I know
It's just
that
all
women
club.
do
We gonna
that.
sit in this section, have drinks.
I
There's women
can't
that
be.
do that
I
though.
can't be bored enough. I can't be broke enough, bored enough, lonely enough to ever waste my time and energy on someone I don't want to be around. I've said that before. I have a viral clip that says that.
Well, you
and
as an
that's the
older
thing.
lady.
Yeah, as a younger
you
lady
can't be
too,
doing that.
I was like that, motherfucker. So you
No,
could say
but
older. No, as a younger lady, I was like that too. Because like I said, people cannot compare themselves to me. I get that. But me personally, my time is more valuable than any other thing I can spend. Because that's the only thing I cannot get back. So if I'm spending, I don't want to be in the presence of someone I don't fuck with. Like if I don't date like that, because I either like I know my energy. I know who I attract, and when I attract them, it's usually a vibe from day one, off rip, and we locked in ever since we met, and that's just it. Like I don't do all of that.
What you mean by day one? I mean you having sex the first night?
I haven't, but I would if it felt that way.
You've never done it?
No, I have not yet.
How you know you would? You older lady, you should by now. You should have did that by now. No, I'm just saying, like, come on now. Don't say you would if it felt like that, but you saying you didn't felt like that with somebody and it ain't never happened.
I've like kissed and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like been booed up, like vibing with someone
on the
heavy.
first night.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you ain't never the first night. It's like, oh, let's
Have sex? No, I never did that. You know what I'm saying? But
man, you lying.
I'm not lying. But I think for me, it just takes more connection. Like, I'm not saying it's wrong. I know plenty of people who did that and are married.
You giving first night energy. I ain't even gonna lie.
You're not about to disrespect me.
No, I ain't, but you was like, if I feel like that,
Yeah, I'm saying
you
like
ain't never,
I'm not clowning nobody who did that. I'm just saying that I've never done that.
No, but I'm just saying this outfit, like right here, you looking sexy. You got the heels on. You got the
What does that have to do with
the
nothing?
sack-
I'm on
you
a
got the
show
stomach
right now.
out. You got the hair
I'm on a
looking
show
right.
right
I know
now.
you on a show, but this
So-
ain't an act. Ooh, you heard that, but you didn't hear it. But like I said, you really be coming like this when you go out, looking cracking. This is how you be coming.
So what does that have to do with sleeping someone on the first night? Riddle me
mean,
that.
no,
Just
I mean,
because
I'm
you look
just-
cracking, you're gonna have sex on the first night?
This outfit is giving first night energy.
First night sex.
First night energy.
I'm on a whole late night show in silk pajamas.
Right.
So what do you mean? This outfit is looking like I don't even goddamn know. So
my outfit?
yeah,
My
like why
outfit
you
is
gonna be-
looking like me and you gonna be in the fireplace outside in the backyard talking, looking up at the stars, and we just sipping on some cognac, chopping it
Chilling.
up on some
Right.
like real intimacy. Like I'll be trying to tell you what intimacy is, not sex all the time, where the nigga needs some time. You could just be sitting with somebody, chilling, chopping it up and he telling you his deepest secrets and you telling him his. And that's going to stimulate you more than just getting right to it. Because now your mind is like, ooh, you on a daze now. So now it's like, ooh.
I understand what intimacy is. And I want everybody who saw that clip to know I know what intimacy is. I have intimacy with people that I'm with. And I know that it's not just sex. Like, I understand that. I feel like people love to take what I say is like, she doesn't know what intimacy is.
So give us an example of a night or intimacy that you've experienced with your lover. Like, what did you do?
Like, I like to bathe my man. So, like, we can bathe together, like, wash him, like, hair, everything.
Y'all in the bathtub or the shower?
Both, either or. I do the shower, too. But I definitely bathe the man. It's just, like, my favorite thing. And then we go, and everyone's going to take this out of context, but whatever. Then, like, just chilling, relaxing, rubbing, touching, maybe not talking at all. Like, you know, scratching his back, scratching his head, laying on his chest.
Tingle going over here. You over here got me uncomfortable. Hold on, let me adjust some things.
Paul, please stop on this show.
No, I'm just saying, like, you talking that shit right now. All right, keep going.
I cannot stand
I gotta
this.
make some adjustments around here.
I really tell myself, like, I'm not going to cuss, I'm not going to do this. And then I get with you, I'll be like,
no, tell us about what the intimacy look like, because I will tell you what mine look like. Because, like,
you've said what yours look like. I didn't. That. You broke it down. I said
men like that from a woman, but women like that too. So we going to flip it to the women. Like, men, we as men got to give the women intimacy too. Because they go through what they go through on a long work day. We stressing them over food and all that. But so I'm going to give the men what we can do to give intimacy to our women. Because our last episode was me trying to get it from a woman, but I can get the game to the men.
But why wouldn't you let a woman tell you what that is? Why are you speaking on
I don't need a woman to tell me that.
Why are you speaking on what every woman wants?
I don't need a woman to tell me what intimacy is. I know what intimacy is for the woman.
Okay, so tell me.
Like, I know, first of all, I'm going to know the woman I went, I'm going to already know what she like. Mm-hmm. So based on her personal preferences, and I'm going to adjust to that. So me, it's going to be like some sensual touching and talking. You know, it's going to be a sexy environment. You know, it might involve candles, roses, low lighting, soft talking, you know, and comfortable. It can be candles, fireplace. It can be just sitting in the bed and the lights off and I'm whispering in your ear. You know what I'm saying? Like, all of that is intimacy. That
I think for women,
like, no, I'm not done. So, like, before the sex, and we ain't even got to have sex that night. It could be just like, I just want to give her this to make her stimulated. Just some words in her ear. It's words. It could be words. It could be touch. It could be it could be a rub, word, touch. It can be all of that. It could just be the vibe we got. We having a drink by the fire pit, or, you know, sitting by the pool. And, you know, this ain't for everybody. If you ain't got no pool, fire pit, that's okay. You can put it on the TV. Put the fireplace on the TV. We sit in the living room on the couch and we just chopping. Sometimes it's about chopping. Like, I need to tell you about my day, baby. Like, I need to let this out. I'm going through some stuff. And if you're willing to listen and embrace what I'm saying and not say nothing, let me just get this off. And vice versa, that's intimacy. Because something like we feel like we got to be tough all the time. And then when we not tough and we giving that, oh, he ain't a man. He ain't got no masculinity. But sometimes we got to get ours off, which you got to understand. Like, sometimes we got to let it out, you know? And the men, like, get that to us. Like, damn, we go through it as a man, and the pressures on us of the everyday life to provide, to be the lion, to be the gorilla, to come home and be able to say, hey, baby, you gonna eat good tonight, or be the leader. Like, it's like he who wears the crown is heavy as the head. Like, we wear the crown. You see what I'm saying? So like,
I want to know how you went from talking about what women need back into what men need.
no, we talking about intimacy
Yeah,
though.
but you said you were going to say.
I didn't told
what
you all. I
women-
spit.
And okay, so let me tell you what I feel as a woman that I need for intimacy. Can I do that?
All right, let me hear what you need.
Because you,
But you something like y'all don't know what y'all need.
I have-
Intimacy don't have a book to it.
but you just told him, you just said you know
But
what men
like, because
need.
you going off what the last nigga did.
No, I'm
And you
not.
think that's not gonna work with every dude.
I'm not.
It's gonna be
I'm
somebody
talking
else.
about what I like for intimacy and women like for intimacy.
Like, listen, what you like is what you already experienced, right?
That's not true.
It is true. Well, how do you know what you like if you ain't experienced
Then
it?
what are you going off of then?
I'm going
Because
off,
how is yours so much different than mine then? What are you? Why is
I'm
yours
going
valid and
off-
mine isn't?
Because
then?
I'm going off
See, this
what
is why I
all
have to start
women
getting
like.
loud in this
I know what
motherfucker.
all women like. Y'all like the
See how
same
this
shit.
is crazy. How is mine so? It's just it's
'Cause
sick.
I know
it's
what
sick.
women
No,
like.
and I don't know. I don't know what women like, and I'm a woman.
All right, well, tell me
Like
what you. All right,
you're
well, tell me. All right, talk to me
crazy.
then.
Like
Talk to
you're
me then.
tripping.
All
No,
right,
I'm
no.
cool.
No, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
No. Let's
No,
move back
this
on
is
to what we
game.
were
This
saying.
is game.
No,
give
because
us
this
the
is
game.
crazy.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Tell us what you like as a
Okay.
woman, what intimacy is for you, and what you think women like. Let's go. Don't do that.
Oh, you are
Don't do that.
okay.
Give us that.
Okay. For me and for a lot of women that I know, intimacy can be as simple as just allowing us to be vulnerable and be open and share, like, a lot of deep parts of ourselves. Like that's
Are you this is you giving intimacy to your man or a man?
this is us. Well,
Okay. Oh, okay, I get it. I'm listening now. Okay. Intimacy to you is like you being vulnerable.
being able to be vulnerable.
Okay.
Being able to be open, actually being with someone that listens to you and understands, like, damn, I feel like that's a big part of vulnerability for women in general, because it's like a lot of women that we have this armor. And I always say, like, the stronger a woman appears, the softer and more sensitive that she is on the inside. That's usually the case. And I feel like being able to feel like you can fully be yourself with someone is like the ultimate act of intimacy for me. And I feel like a lot of women don't feel like they can do that with a man, because you don't want it to be used against you. Same as men, like you don't want it to be used against you, or you don't want him to view you as weak, or you don't want him to take advantage of the things that hurt you in the past or know your weak points. So being able to like open up like that to a man is so intimate. Like me personally, I feel like that's such a deep act of intimacy.
I feel like, okay, I understand what you're saying. I feel like intimacy should lead to like something that kind of like draws you. I guess intimacy is something that should draw you closer, right?
Yeah, for sure.
The one thing I don't like sometimes, the intimacy from a woman, it leads to tears and kills the mode.
Yeah, I don't cry.
You know
like
what I'm
that,
saying, though?
Yeah.
Like, because some type of intimacy can lead to tears, and it's like, damn, it done turned into this because like we was supposed to have a moment, and I thought it was gonna be like because like most of the time you feel like intimacy could lead to sex or whatever, but it shouldn't lead to tears. Well, maybe it should. I don't know the answer to that.
That's
I don't know the
hard,
answer to
though.
that. I don't know the answer to that. So I'm not going to talk about that.
But you
I
just said
feel
it.
like
So then it makes it-
intimacy can lead to tears, though, from a woman. It can, 100%, because I didn't deal with that.
But you don't like that, is what you're saying.
I don't like that because it's like, damn. I thought this night was because I had the roses, I had the fire pit, I cooked you some food, and then led to intimacy, led to some crying, to where like now the mode changed.
Well, listen,
And
you're
then when I try to hold you, you like no, and then it's just like
you're going off of what you experienced.
It's just like, but like when
You're
it leads to
projecting what you
tears,
experienced. I don't know
when
what you're talking
intimacy
about.
leads to tears. I think we should like separate.
Tears and intimacy. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll
like,
do.
like tears, like crying, sadness, tears. that should be a whole different type of tier in conversation. But like intimacy should always lead to like a bonding.
You don't think that tears?
Well, it's a fine line because a man can like tell you his and it leads to tears, and it depends on how your partner reacts. If she holds you and hugs, that is intimacy. Tears is intimacy. Period. It is.
I'm crying.
It
you
is.
went from left to
No,
right
no,
to
no.
like
I
to
did
left
go from left to right, but when I really dive deep into it,
Yeah.
like intimacy could lead to tears, could lead to us getting closer. To
You know-
where I'm holding you and like, damn, she really told me her deep thought. Or because it could be vice versa, because I had to look at it from my perspective too. If a man did the same thing, you know, a lot of times and where I failed in relationships, I always was one-sided.
Yeah.
I always
Just
looked
like
at,
you are on this podcast. But
like
so
I only looked at the one side of it. When I reverse the side and I really think about it,
yeah.
it makes more sense. And that's me growing
Okay.
and trying to
I love that
understand
for
like
you.
so like tears is part of intimacy. If you're talking
Yeah.
and you spilling your guts as a woman, because I had to deal with that, that's intimacy.
But I will
I
say-
should have reacted better to like some holding, like it's gonna be all right. And because like you know, you sharing your deepest thoughts, and a man should be able to do that for a woman too.
Okay, we got you. I will say that this though, it depends because if a woman cries all the time, I personally can't even stand that. I'm like, girl, I can't deal with this. Or like you get lit, drunk, now you crying, like everyone has a homegirl girl. I don't cry like that at all. And you probably, I don't even know if you'll see me cry. So if you do, then that's a deep moment, period. But crying is not always like that. But what I do want to talk about is,
talk about
since we went all the way off topic somehow, like
We
you
never
usually
off
do,
topic. We never off topic. We
you
truth
always-
after dark. Y'all gotta rock with us.
period.
This is
So
what we talking about.
what I want to talk about is just like the stigma around, you know, men and mental health, especially Black men, and being able to be vulnerable, you know? I feel like with Black men specifically, I mean, I can't speak for all men, but I'm sure all men struggle with this. But a lot of men I know have vocalized this, that they have issues being vulnerable or holding back things, or like maybe they're harboring stuff and they don't talk about it, they don't release it, so it's just for them to hold, right? Let me just give you an example. For instance, when a woman goes through a breakup, I can cry and call 30 million people. They're just gonna listen to me. Okay, girl, you want me to come over? Da, 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 da. But a man is not gonna do that. A man's not gonna call his boys and be able to cry to these people. They're just gonna call and be like, oh, bro, let's go out. Let's find a bitch. Da, 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 da. Like, they're gonna numb their pain versus being able to talk about it, be open about it, be vulnerable, or even in relationships. So my question is what can women do to give men a safe space so they feel like they can have those conversations? Like, if you're in a relationship, what can your woman do to make you feel comfortable enough to talk about things with her? Or to, if you have an issue, to be able to be like, hey, babe, you know, this bothered me, or, you know, whatever it is.
I think that's easy.
Okay.
Like it's easier for women, right? For it's easier for women to like kind of like be vulnerable and cry, right?
Well, yeah, we're not talking about that though. Yeah.
I just asked you.
Yes,
yes
it's easier
no
for
question.
yes, it's easier for women.
So, as long as a woman can show that to a man and dive into her purest form of femininity to where a man feel comfortable with that, I think a man has no problem crying to his girl, you know. And I think, and it's a fine line. Like, say for me, you know, I grew up in the era where you had to be tough, like
Yeah.
you had to be like on some like, no, I gotta stand strong. I can't, when everybody crying, I'm strong. You know what I'm saying? So like this era is more accustomed to like showing their feelings.
For sure.
And this era from the old school, we look at them as soft and not strong enough and everything. And I get it. But I think like the people from my generation, the men, are even more sensitive than this generation, but don't show it. But just don't even show it. Because I come from like more of a gang culture to where you get in the gangs because your insecurities, truthfully, because you ain't got really the family like structure and you feel like, nigga, my homies is the family. Yeah. And this is my protection. Like, and you know, because you didn't have security at home. Yeah. Like that's the gang culture and everything. So in saying that, as a man from my generation to this generation, it was just more difficult because like a woman didn't want a man that was vulnerable and crying and sharing his deepest secrets. They wanted a man that when they shared theirs, he can get you through it. Yeah. Because women, when we share our tears, most likely y'all tear too. So like how we gonna get through it if we both tearing up? Because I make you feel a certain way because your feelings for me, it's like, damn, that's a sad something to where like when you sad, I was like, it's gonna be all right, baby. Yeah. To where as a man sad, you might cry because he cried. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's just like, damn, I'm built and I grew up to be the one that can't cry. Yeah. Or can't express it. And then when I did it in private. We was taught to do it in private. You know me, I'm gonna go in this back room because our daddy, y'all don't need to see daddy like this. Daddy is the strong man that's gonna hold us down because I want my family to be strong. I don't want y'all to cry when adversity hit. So when adversity hit, I gotta be here, but I'm gonna go over here and pray, like tear up, let it out. We let our shit out in private. You see the difference now? So where it's like, now we live in a world to where you let it out publicly and you get the affection and everything, but the strong men, we did it in private in my generation. It wasn't that we was weak. It wasn't that we was sensitive to what was going on or not sensitive to what was going on. We just had to be strong in front of everybody, and then we just like, nah, all right, yeah, this is how we gotta be, baby. Let me hold you, boom, boom, boom. Because if we both weak, ain't nothing gonna come out of that. But I'm gonna be like, damn, my baby going through it. Think about this. If you going through it and you crying, you going through it, and then I'm crying with you, how you gonna get through it? You need somebody to be a backbone. Because when you weak, you need somebody to be strong with you. That's just what it is. And I might be like feeling bad, but I can't show it. Like I done been to 1,000 funerals. Like I'm looking at like my uncles and my kids is crying, but I gotta be there. I'm sitting there in the funeral like I gotta hug them. Like a tear may come on my eye, but I can't be boo-hooing like that because I gotta be strong. As a man, as a black man, we taught to be strong and be tough for our families. And that's why we the most resilient race on this planet. Because we come from nothing, we come from the bottom, and we resilient. So now we start showing that motion, we looked at it different. Because we looked at as the strongest on this planet, because of what we've been through as black men, this is our image. I ain't saying it's right, but that's what we built.
I can understand because my dad is 77 and I've never seen him cry one time. And
man, I cried in front of my daughter.
Yeah, you did mention that on the podcast. I feel like I never seen my dad cry once. My dad is so cold to the point where I have an aunt who died, his sister. Yeah. He never even told me, like, because it was before I was born. And, like, I found out at the family reunion. He's like, I asked him about it. He's like, it was a long time ago. What you want me to say? Like, that's my dad. When it comes to emotion, there's none.
Because he was taught that.
So I will say this, as a woman, I can understand how it feels to see a man cry. I've only seen a few men cry.
Okay.
So when you see a man cry, it hurts, especially a black man, because you're
It
like,
hurts more.
damn, like, but it doesn't mean, I'm not a crier, so I probably wouldn't cry too. But even if I did, it doesn't mean that I don't have the capability to still be strong. It doesn't mean that. Like I could feel that emotion in that moment, but I can still understand he's hurting. So let me take the steps I need to take every other day to relieve that pain and make him feel better. At least I'm aware of it. I know that he's going through something.
The biggest hurt is not from a man crying. It's always going to be from a woman crying.
To me, seeing a man cry is the most devastating thing I ever seen.
Nah.
For me, because I've only seen a few men cry in my lifetime, that shit is crazy. I never see my dad cry. You think I see my brother-in-law? I haven't seen no one cry for real.
Well, I'll say it different then. The biggest or the most emotional thing that you can see, I guess, as a kid is to see any one of your parents cry. But I didn't have my dad in my life.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know my daddy. But like, when my mama cried, when I saw her cry for the first time,
Yeah.
crushed me.
Yeah, for sure.
Crushed me. Because my mama was
Yeah.
the dad and the mama.
Yeah.
But when I made her cry, and I made her cry because I stole something. I was in 3rd grade. I ain't never forget this. I stole something. I had put some action figures in my pants. We walked out. Beep, beep, beep. I'm 8 years old. I was stealing. Oh, man. And then we went in the bag. It was like Sears. They said, hey, we got you on camera.
Lord.
My mom sat there and cried. And I looked at her. I'll never forget this memory at 8 years old. You know, you don't remember stuff. I'll never forget that memory. My mama cried. It's like, damn, I made my mom sad. Like, I hated that feeling. I never want to make my mom cry ever again. So that was that emotion. So, you know, but moving forward, you know, we got a show to talk about, and the show must go on. Our viewers
Well,
are
thank
more
you for
interested.
sharing that. I know that's hard to
I know
share.
today to our viewers, we are a little more, to our viewers, we're a little more vulnerable than normal, and we're talking about more personal stuff that we haven't talked about in the past. And make sure you watch our Patreon, because Azar has a story, and I have a story we're going to share on there, but we're not even going to share for national
television.
The national television, like, no,
we're not going to share it on national television.
So
but
make sure you follow us and subscribe and
follow
everything.
on Patreon, subscribe. I know, again, this is a change of pace and tone for us, but
sometimes
we just wanted to talk about some mental health because it is very real, and I feel like we're in a very dark time right now as a society and as a community, and I really just want to make sure we can uplift each other. And not feel stigmatized about dealing with our mental health. Like, we should be able to talk about it. We should be able to be open about it. And it's not always easy. So thank you, Paul, for being vulnerable. Especially as a Black man, I don't think you understand the impact that has. And you will maybe one day.
Yeah, absolutely.
But that's very impactful. So anyways, we are going to talk about some questions really quick from our fans, and then we're going to wrap up.
Questions from our fans.
Okay. From @JustAKid from Stovall.
Is this Instagram or X?
On Instagram.
Oh, y'all can follow him. We giving you a shout out, my boy.
How do you leave someone that you spent literally your whole life with?
How do you leave somebody that you spent your whole life with? What is the girlfriend or boyfriend? Because they cheated on you or they disrespected you.
No, but how do you actually gain the courage to walk away?
When they get disrespectful, that's the ultimate sign where it's like, that's the end all be all for me. Like the disrespect, and if this is a guy, we should never have to deal with disrespect. And you're a fool if you stick around during disrespect, because it's always gonna be that. I can't live with disrespect as a man.
Yeah, I understand.
That's the end all be all for me.
Yeah.
Like, you ain't gotta love me. We could tolerate each other, but when it get disrespect and not loving me and all this, is a different animal.
Okay. Let's move on to the next question. @Will's dad. Do women actually consider or understand men's feelings, or do they just not care? I will say Since I'm a woman, I'm going to answer this.
They care about them pockets. Let's keep it 100.
Can I answer the question,
They
Paul?
don't care about no feelings. You know what a woman told me before?
Paul, you're not a woman to answer this question.
They
Go.
said, baby, you only going to get his time or his money. Pick one. Ooh, let that sink in.
That's not true.
That had nothing to do with no feelings.
That's not true. Anyways, I'm going to say this. I will say for a long time, because I grew up in a household where my dad never showed feelings or emotions, I did dismiss a man's feelings because men don't outwardly show their emotions like women do. And as a younger girl, because now that I'm an older woman, I didn't understand that when I was younger. You know, I felt like they don't give a damn. Like I thought that men just really did not care. So why would I consider his feelings because he doesn't have any? I thought that for a long time, I'm gonna be honest, until I started to become older. And then I started to recognize and understand men because I actually wanted to understand men and have more conversations with men. And once I had more conversations with men, and I remember my brother told me a long time ago, like low key, men are more emotional than women. We just don't show it. We just can't show it.
What's the question again? No, I mean, this
is disrespectful. Talk about disrespect.
No, I forgot the question.
No, it don't matter. We're moving on to the next one.
Listening to the answer.
No.
I forgot the question. What was it? Or somebody's more emotional.
No. Anyways, we're going to the next question.
ADD. I was bad.
Yeah, like then you tell me.
Right,
At Gresh Ahmed, something 2744. Does size matter to women?
You answer that.
Now I can answer.
There you
I
go.
would say it does to a certain degree. Like if you just have a little thing, like they're not gonna be able to feel it. At Papa Giorgio 9.
How they not gonna feel it? You went to the next question.
What do you want to say? If it's this like very
what's
small.
equatable? Like what's is that a word?
Equatable.
Damn, that wasn't even a word.
What equates?
Like all right, so like
equatable is
like 9, 10. Like what?
I don't know about inches and things with these penis things. I can only say this, like I have had sex with a man and I'm like, ooh, yes, this fits for me. This is me. And I've had sex with a man who I was dating and I'm like, this penis is not for me. I could just tell. Like it's not mine.
Yeah.
Like I could tell if it's mine or not.
How long did you date him?
We were dating for a year.
How did it last so long?
Like he did other things that, pleased me.
What?
Like gave me head and stuff and I would come, like from that. And so that was great.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed that. But it just wasn't feeling like anything. Like
so why y'all break up?
I just wanted to move on. I wasn't feeling the connection. I didn't feel like it was deep connection or whatever.
All right. Fair.
Okay.
Fair.
So at Papa Giorgio 9, men have simple needs. Mm-hmm. Why do women struggle to meet them?
That's a great question. I don't know why women struggle to meet a man's needs because a man's needs are free. A woman's needs cost money.
Yeah, that's true.
Most of them. I mean, you can talk about I need love and affection. No. We know what you need. It costs money, all that. That's what the world we live in. If he came in my lifestyle, a man ain't never shoot nothing like that, baby. Rub my neck, rub my back. That don't cost nothing. Make me some food. Matter of fact, I'll pay for the food for you to make it. It don't cost nothing for a woman to please a man. It costs money for a man to please a woman.
You want to know what else I'll say, and I'll make it quick? I feel like men were raised on how to treat a woman well, and women were raised how to treat a woman well.
By who?
By their mothers, or whoever was around. Okay. Like, it's all about, like, you need to do this for her. You open the door, do this. And women were treated on how to get what they need from a man. They were never taught. Women are not taught to do these things for a man. Now, other cultures, which is what you would say, un-American women, or even other cultures, like my mom's Persian, I seen that. They're very submissive. You have to do all this. But most American culture people, they are not taught to, especially Black women, don't kill me, but I feel like a lot of women were raised by independent mothers. So for them, they wanted to protect their child and they wanted their child not to be in their position. So in order to protect their child, it was like, look, this is what you need from a man. And if he's not doing this, this, and this, and this, you're not supposed to mess with him. And a man was taught how to give the needs to a woman. You're supposed to open her door. You're supposed to make sure you have this, have enough money to take care of her, take her on a date, do this. So women were not taught that, a lot of women, period. And that's just what I think. Don't shoot me and don't kill me off of that one. At seat 1B, should a man with no kids at age 38 date a woman with kids or solely date women with no kids?
If you're 38, I have to just kind of look at your financial situation. Because most men at 38 with no kids in a comfortable financial situation, it's going to take a younger woman around the age of 26 that got no kids, that like he can probably like have some kids with and grow some with. I think.
What if she's 26 and has kids though?
Well, if he's 38 and ain't got no kids, he could just find somebody that's 26 with no kids.
Okay. What if he doesn't want to date someone that's 12 years younger than him because it's not relatable and he actually wants a woman of his age or close to his age? Have you ever thought of that?
Why would he do that?
Why wouldn't he do that? Why wouldn't someone want to relate to someone? At 26, they don't even know how to put on lotion on their and clean their asshole. What do you mean? What if someone doesn't want to be dating someone in their 20s?
What age should a 38-year-old with no kids date? What's the age? Should he date?
He didn't ask about
most
what
likely
the age.
He's gonna be, if he's talking to somebody 33 and up, they gonna have kids and he ain't got no kids. So now I'm gonna just put myself in a situation where I'm dating you and I'm with you and I'll just push myself into a family situation.
I don't have kids and I'm in my 30s, my early 30s. So not every, so there's women that are in their 30s that don't have children. A lot, because women are now statistically having more children in their 40s. It's a statistic. So
most women who don't got no kids in their mid-30s are cooked. I'm not saying that's you.
Well, right? I'm almost in my mid-30s.
Like clearly there's men out there that I see on the messages that want to have kids with you and do all that with you. I get it. But like most women in that situation,
that's so
down
crazy.
Bad. They down bad.
That's not true. And you know what? I'm going to say this and I'm done with the podcast. I'm going to say that I'm 34. I'm not in my mid-30s, but next year I will be mid-30s, I guess. And, you know, I've had plenty of opportunities to have children with men who wanted me to have their children. Am I cooked or am I smart? Because I would have been somebody's baby mama because that wasn't a connection. A lot of these women with children are baby mothers and they're not wives, okay? So I can have a baby. Having a baby is easy. I'm very fertile like a Latina. I'm fertile as hell. And I can have a baby any moment right now. And I've been in the situation where I could have had that. So am I cooked or am I smart? Because right now I could have been here with 2 children with a man that I don't even want to be with. I could be married. I know plenty of people who are married to people they don't even fuck with just to say that they have a child and they have a husband. I'm so sorry that I didn't want to be another fucking statistic, but I'm cooked. I think I'm very fucking smart. Actually, I think that I'm very smart that I'm not spending my time mothering a child by a man that I don't even want to be with. Not being in the same household as that man, because every man I ever been with, I did not want to be with him because I was not at the level of maturity that I am now. I'm not at the mental maturity that I am now, and I have not evolved to attract that certain type of partner. I've done the work, and unfortunately, I've been through a lot of shit in my life that made my journey a little slower than most, but I'm the one, never the two. Are you falling asleep on my conversation?
No, it's taking so long for the answer.
Fuck you. You are crazy. You're telling me I'm taking long. Do you know how long you take to say something?
Oh, you're falling asleep.
This is fucked up. I'm getting off of this podcast.
No,
thank you guys
I'm
so
ready to
much.
answer, but you still going. What are you looking for?
I'm not looking for anything. I told you that before.
Why not?
Because I'm not looking.
You're not looking?
No, Paul, I'm not looking for anything.
So why on Instagram you cleave out? You ain't looking for nothing?
Wow,
You ain't
that
looking
is
for nothing,
crazy.
Your Instagram say, oh,
Where is my Instagram saying that? Where is my Instagram saying that?
you ain't got an Instagram doing this.
One picture that I posted of myself in how long? One picture of
Lips like this.
That is
Nah,
crazy. No, that is wild.
That's all good.
No,
You
this is
looking
crazy.
good though. I'm sure your DMs is cracking. I'm sure there's cats out here that's like, hey Azar, I like cook food. I like, hey, you could be cooked with me. I'm sure that's all going down because you got a market. You definitely got a market. In your market, psh. All right, look. See that? That's Vons over there. What market are you? Vons, Ralph's.
Wow,
You
this
know,
is crazy.
Is you, what's the one?
This is crazy.
Bristol Farms. Everybody got a market. I'm trying to figure out what market are you. You got a market though. It's people gonna come in there every day. You know what I'm saying? Ralph's. What is you? Like, is you? What's the one? Whole Foods. What market are you though? What market? If you had to say if you was a market, describe yourself as a market. What market are you?
No, thank you. Anyways.
Nah, you Whole Foods though.
No, I'm good.
You
Thank
Whole
you
Foods.
so
I'll
much.
give you that. You Whole
Okay, we're
Foods.
done.
Everybody go to Whole Foods. Everybody go there.
Okay.
Come on, hey. Everybody,
All right.
hey, you definitely Whole Foods. You not Ralph's and Vons. You definitely Whole Foods. Or Bristol Farms.
Okay.
Them is
Thank
the top
you.
markets, baby. I'm giving you love right now. Why you
Okay.
shutting me down? I'm giving you love right now.
You love to fucking drop me
not
down
love.
from the 100th floor
like-
and then try to pick me back up. It's
Nah,
okay.
nah.
You do that every time. I'm cool. Thank you guys so much on another episode of The Truth After Dark.
That's crazy.
Another episode of Paul talking about me being an older woman cooked and comparing me to grocery stores. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. And I hope you guys tune in for more.
No, listen, make sure you join us on our Patreon. Make sure you subscribe, like, and follow because we bringing that heat. And you got the beautiful Azar. She's
Please
amazing.
don't start.
I mean, look at her outfit tonight.
Paul,
You know what I'm saying?
you're done. Like, thank you. I appreciate it. Have a good night. Peace.
Damn. This is the taking over the game. All right, everybody. Welcome to Truth After Dark.
Do you think that men or women are more toxic?